Hey everybody, welcome back to the Hard4Games channel. I'm Tony.
I'm John.
And if you like Game Boy titles, indie Game Boy titles, and Metroid-inspired adventures, you're gonna like Repugnant Bounty.
Yeah, the developer just sort of cold emailed us. And usually we get cold emails from like brands or sponsorship deals or something like that. But instead, it was just the developer of this game going, I'm the dev behind Repugnant Bounty, and I'm trying to get the game around a bit. Would you be willing to check it out and see if it's worthy for the Hard4Games channel? Thanks in advance, but not Game Boy Advance. And then it just has a photo of them playing it on their actual Game Boy Color. Yep. So it's like, oh hey, a human being wrote this.
I thought it was very endearing, and that's why I tried it. I'm very glad I did.
Yeah.
Now, let's go ahead and get into the game, but before we do, we actually have a sponsor for this episode. It is the creator of this t-shirt here, Into the AM. So I was very thrilled to learn that Into the AM actually fit me and felt very comfortable. So I'm kind of a weird size. I'm in between large and medium. It all kind of depends on the manufacturer. So I generally like a poly cotton blend because it like feels very soft and cuddly, but it also stretches a little bit. So not only did I really like these designs, but the shirts actually fit me and felt good. So if you are looking for a comfortable t-shirt that fits your style and budget, look no further than Into the AM. Their poly cotton blend shirts are not only soft and comfortable, but they are also shrink resistant, so they will last you wash after wash. Plus, with our great deal, you can get 3 graphic tees for just $60, or 3 basic tees for just $49.95. And as a bonus, you can use the link in the description to save an extra 10%. Check out the description below. So whether you are going out or staying into Beta Quest or what have you, choose Into the AM today. Links below. So yes, this has a story, but actually has something to back it up, both gameplay and visual-wise. Now, obviously, your spacecraft is very Metroid-inspired, and this definitely feels like, Metroid 2 already, but the visuals are definitely something unique and interesting, despite the allusions to that game. You know, we have this layer of clouds you can go behind. We have this rain coming down. You have this flash of lightning. There's a lot of mood immediately here in the presentation.
I would say part of the visual style of this game is a little bit Undertale. And I mean that in a good way. I think Undertale did a very, very good job graphically with what it had to play with.
And look at the scrolling. We have the scrolling, we have the rain in the background. This is just a great scene right here. This is really well put together.
Ooh, you get to see the person you're pursuing zip by in there. You get the little hints of that you're after somebody.
So this is when we realize there's a lot going on here, because we start encountering some alternating paths.
I will say one criticism I have of this game is that it's called Repugnant Bounty. There are no pugs.
That's true. That's one of the reasons I actually wanted to play it, because of a promise of pugs, but alas, no pugs. Now, this reminds me of the elevators in Metroid 1.
Oh, yeah. The little touch of the animation of her looking around.
So right here we have a transition where we go from ambient music to actual level music, like a level theme, which is interesting.
Ambient. You got your gun there. So you just press select to swap between weapons. Oh.
Now the vibe and the ambience like totally shifts. Like I didn't even know that it was going to be like this, right? So that's kind of like a nice little presentational surprise.
One issue I think this game has, and it's actually a ton of games that do this, kind of call it like the Sonic 1 and 2 dilemma, where there's too much of a focus of having the character like dead center, where I think maybe they should be more, when you're moving, you should be in like the back third of the frame, so you get more room ahead of you for where you're moving. This isn't as much of an issue now because everything's 16:9, but especially in this period, like if you're moving very quickly forward, see that enemy just like popped out there. But I don't know what the limitations are on Game Boy Color, so I don't know if that's actually like really, really hard to do. This boss is deceptively easy to beat, so you just go.
Nice.
Because he can't get close enough, but you can hit him. I'm not entirely sure what I'm supposed to do after I've killed that boss, but the music was fantastic. Every track I've listened to in this game has been like unexpectedly good.
Let's take a break and talk about the music. There's actually a sound test in the main menu. Let's give it a go.
Oh, there's the boss music.
Yeah.
Very Mega Man. Where like a lot of the rest of this game is very, very Metroid, that's way more Mega Man.
I have to say that I rarely care about sound tests in games, but
Yeah.
I like this a lot.
Game Boy and Game Boy Color can sound good, but you really got to be careful how you work with them. Like Metroid 2 I love, and half of that soundtrack is amazing, and the other half is complete hot garbage. And I haven't really run into any tracks on this that I didn't like. Yeah, we killed that boss. Maybe it's once you kill enough of them, something occurs. I suspect that's what's going on.
Well, it may be like Metroid 2, where there's sort of a countdown of the
Oh, yeah, actually it is. Yeah, because it was 28 before.
Yeah.
So it literally is like Metroid 2. Okay.
Well, there we go.
So there we are. Wow. Suck on that, bitch.
Nice.
So I killed 26 of these bad boys.
You killed 2. You have 26 left to go.
No, I killed 26 of them.
It's also a little bit strange that when you attack the enemies, they just kind of disappear. They don't like flinch or like shoot back or anything like other games, you know? Like they just sort of like, boom, you hit them, they're gone. So it takes a little bit of the oomph out of the combat, I think. Okay, so this is nice because this gives us a little bit of a different environment. I was just starting to get tired of the other environment. It was like, okay, this has run its course. I'm good. Let's move forward. God, this is really beautiful. Like, this is really well done.
Yeah, it's a very pretty game.
Oh.
Oh, hello there. What brings you to this planet, stranger? Oh, you've come to kill those monsters, haven't you? Sadly, many have tried and failed, but I get why you want to do that. Well, if you need assistance with anything, just come and find me. I'll be around this region for a bit. See ya.
Okay.
All right.
So what kind of assistance can we get here?
Fish assistance, I assume. So you know about this place? Yeah, I know a little bit.
I built it.
How did it get here? I built it 10,000 years ago. What? Wah.
Can I not get you from there?
He cannot get me from here. So.
Nice.
Ooh. What we got here?
Super jump!
All right.
So that is Repugnant Bounty by Star Lab. It feels, at least initially, a lot like Metroid 2 for the Game Boy, but it separates itself enough in so many different ways that it has truly its own identity and its own aura, its own way of doing things.
The only little like nitpicks I had were there's some times where the jumping feels a little off.
Yep.
And the 2 attacks that we had felt a little offish.
Yeah.
Like, I wish the slash attack had a little bit more depth to its attack, and the gun had a slightly larger hitbox, and maybe you could crouch and shoot or something like that. Just to give you a little bit more mobility and attack angles.
The attacks could have used a little more oomph. Like, you could have had a little more satisfaction every time you defeated an enemy. You know, either like, you know, they get knocked back or there's a little extra sound effect or something. Just to add a little bit of, you know, again, satisfaction to the combat. But aside from that, I mean, I think that it was all quite solid. The other aspects of it really made up for it.
Yeah. Honestly, if it was just the soundtrack for the price that they're charging for this game, I would say that was worth it. But it comes with the whole rest of the game.
Yeah.
And the game is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Once you get into it, it's pretty good.
It was
grows on you.
a shocking surprise to get a ROM from the dev in my email and actually have it be like really solid. It was very surprising. It was a pleasant surprise.
I've been writing it onto zip discs and selling it to people on Craigslist for $5.
Perfect.
No takers yet. It turns out no one reads zip discs anymore.
Well, that's their loss.
Their loss.
Their loss. Their loss. Their loss. So that said, I'm gonna go ahead and put links in the description below if you want to check it out. There's also like just like a free demo on their site too, if you want to just
give the demo
mess around
a go.
with it. And if you want to continue, you can buy the game. Aside from that, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff, and we hope to see you back for the next video. Take care.
All together.